There is no such thing as a perfect story, but FullMetal Alchemist comes close.
Action, adventure, fantasy, philosophy, drama, romance, comedy, tragedy. FMA's got something in it for everyone.
And it has a message for every heart.
It's not just another anime.
It's a journey. Let us tell you about it.
At first, you think FullMetal Alchemist will revolve around those two brothers who tried to resurrect their mother, but it went absolutely wrong. Alphonse disappeared, Edward lost his leg and had to give up his arm in order to bring his brother's souls back into an armor. So, they go on a journey to find the Philosopher's Stone, not the one from Harry Potter, in order to fix the situation. But they're not alone in this, and they'll team up with a lot of people, especially when something bigger than their own story is on its way.
Amongst the many secondary characters, you have first Winry, their childhood friend, and to go to mechanic and damp in our spare time. The military, with Rognusson, the flame alchemist, who is not only an ambitious idealist but also a dog who wears his coat like a superhero, and his subordinate Riza Ukai, who, well, if you are looking for the perfect fictional character, you just found it. Apart from them, you have also illegal immigrants who are also looking for the Philosopher's Stone for various reasons. The Führer, who escapes from his work to bring Ed Melon. People who enjoy making Ed pay for everything they eat in his hotel room. People who like to constantly remind him how much their daughter is cute. People who accidentally queue up at there in the middle of the street. People who love their muscles a bit too much. Badass women in their tongues. And an apple pie. But the most important is that every character has a backstory, a personal goal. There is always a reason why every character is acting the way it is. And there is no character that appears just once to fill an arc and you never see again. Even the apple pie is a plot point. I found FMA 6 years ago. I went shopping for school supplies, and I spotted one volume left alone. I didn't have enough money to take both the school book I needed and this manga, and well, I finally gave up any common sense, and I took it. And well, just like many other fans, it was my first manga. It was what made me fall into the world of Japanese animation, and for sure, this is a choice I'll never regret.
I found FullMetal Alchemist on Thursday, September the 8th, 2005. The manga was released for the first time in France on this precise day, and as usual, I was looking in my bookshop. So I went to the so tiny manga department, and there they were on a small table, both volume 1 and 2 piled. So I picked the first one and opened it to see this, which didn't help at all, but then the first page, and I was wow, just wow. And that's how it started.
I think it's with what happened in the beginning of the second volume that I truly realized that FMA was something else. The story may seem full of jokes and action at first, but then angst happens, and you discover a darker and deeper side of the story that stays during the whole series. And I really loved the different levels of interpretation. And let's be honest, Arakawa manages to balance all this in such a subtle way that it's difficult to resist. And on a more personal side, I met most people that I know, my real life friends, thanks to FMA. And I won't ever stop being thankful for that. Not to mention the live channel community and its live post on every Sunday morning during the diffusion of Brotherhood where everyone was quitting. Wonderful people here on YouTube, on Tumblr, amazing fanfiction writers, fan art, and all the contributors to the fandom. Guys, you always manage to make my day brighter, so thank you.
I fell in love with it because despite the whole fantasy part of the story, it actually sounded true and shared a real message. My parents are split in a very non-friendly way, and here I was utterly lost and pretending that everything was fine. And then those boys tell me that everything may not be fine, but we have to keep going forward. So, what could I do apart listening to them? I shared passionate discussions, tears, and laughter with friends, most of said friends made with FullMetal Alchemist. And I even got a summer job anime related, so I'm really in debt to Hayaaaateuh for everything she did and the happiness she brought in my life. And seriously, when you see her self-portraits and all those bonus features totally funny, how can you not love this story? And Rolling Stone. Seriously guys, Rolling Stone.
Sure, the alchemy and adventure is cool, but what FMA is really about is
Family!
Bros!
humans,
Life and how to create a better future.
death, and how to cope with your loss,
Giving back what you've been given and even more.
acknowledging that there is always a hope of rebirth,
Choosing and giving choice.
redemption,
Accepting tears and scars and not only the physical ones.
death,
Having a lot of feelings.
finding the courage to keep going,
Growing up.
forgiving.
Truth.
Pandas. Pandas are cool.
But most of all, FullMetal Alchemist is about being human through trials and tribulations. FullMetal Alchemist is the kind of story that makes you go through massive heartbreaks from the first scene to the very last, but in a good way. The one that, despite being hurt, you rise again to fix them up and help them get better.
It uses every detail from the characters' lives that makes them so very real.
Even the smallest characters.
It's a story that has many badass female characters.
It makes it rain on your face quite often, and there's no umbrella for your feelings.
It blows your definition of good guys and bad guys to pieces. In the end, we're all the same.
It also makes you want to hug everyone within arm reach when you read it, as you cannot do it with the character, so you'll go for the nearest plush, the book itself, or the first person you see. So, tip for you, never read FullMetal Alchemist in a crowd. They won't understand what's happening to you.
Let's say this is my heart. Well, FullMetal Alchemist is the kind of story that does this.
FullMetal Alchemist taught me that you're never alone, whether they're right in front of you or hundreds of miles away. The people who need you, the people who will help you, are just out there. All you have to do is opening to the world.
It taught me how to be selfless, through your job, your life's goal, or through some small acts to help your neighbor.
Values are very important in our lives. It helps you not getting lost.
You make mistakes, and if some can never be amended, sometimes you can still get it right.
Accepting help is not a weakness.
Not wanting to fight doesn't make you useless.
Nobility is not an old fashion.
In any situation, you can use the power of
Sparkles!
the Lean Dance.
Conclusion?
Everyone can be brave, with or without fighting panties. This is what FullMetal Alchemist means to me.
This is how it touched my heart.
This is how it touched the heart of millions of fans, just like me.
All across the world.
FullMetal Alchemist, I will never forget you.
FullMetal Alchemist, I will never forget you.